Hi class! Today we'll be completing our lesson on forces. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe how to set up a balanced force, explain the meaning of friction, its uses, advantages and disadvantages. Balanced forces are equal forces in opposite direction. That is, when two forces acting on an object are equal in size but act in opposite direction. If the forces on an object are balanced, or if there are no forces acting on it, this is what happens. A stationary object stays still. A moving object continues to move at the same speed and in the same direction. Some examples of balanced forces include a weighing balance, where the weight in both of the pans is exactly equal. When we push a wall and nothing happens, the wall provides a reaction force in the opposite direction to counter our force. Apple hanging in a tree. The weight of the apple is balanced by the tension in the tree branch. A ship floating in water. The ship floats when its weight is balanced by the upthrust from the water. It will sink until the weight of the water it pushes out of the way is the same as the weight of the ship. Unbalanced forces are equal forces that cause a change in the motion of an object. Examples of unbalanced forces include seesaw with a heavier person on one side, unmatched opponents in a game of tug of war or arm wrestling, an object drowning in water. Do you know that movements can also be prevented by a force called friction? Well, let's find out what frictional force is. Frictional force is the force that acts between surfaces of solid objects and tends to oppose their motion over each other. Some advantages and uses of friction are: it helps us walk on the ground, it helps in grinding, it makes nails stay on the wall, it helps in carrying objects. Brakes in a car make use of friction to stop the car. It helps in the generation of heat when we rub our hands. Disadvantages of friction are: it causes wear and tear of machine parts, it causes loss of energy, it produces unpleasant noise, it makes the machine hot and inefficient. There are a number of methods to reduce friction. They are by lubricating surfaces with oil or grease. Use of the ball bearing. We have now come to the end of the lesson. Today, we learned about balanced and unbalanced forces, explained the meaning of friction, we stated the advantages, uses and disadvantages of friction. We also mentioned the methods of reducing friction. See you in the next lesson.